Coming up on Torrance Today, the Torrance Fire Department reflects on some of its highlights over the recent years at a special gathering with community partners. El Camino College prepares to celebrate its 75th anniversary tomorrow with a Diamond Jubilee concert, and get ready to say happy birthday to Torrance this weekend. Our city is turning 110. All this and more coming up right now on Torrance Today. Welcome to Torrance Today. I'm Christine Lee. It's 4 p.m. on Thursday, June 2nd. We are wrapping up another week. Thank you so much for joining us. Here is our first story. Today is a special day for the Torrance Fire Department. Fire Captain Martin Serna gave us a community update this morning, highlighting examples of key successes from recent years, especially during the peak of the pandemic when COVID-19 tested the fire department like never before.
Today's event was an opportunity for us to spotlight our 5-year strategic plan as we prepare to close it out and really get prepared for the next 5 years. Over the years, we've enjoyed a great relationship with our local hospitals, Little Company Mary, as well as Torrance Memorial Hospital. But today we were able to spotlight the collaborative efforts during the COVID pandemic and the vaccine clinics that we're able to provide our community and work in collaboration to deliver those vaccines to those at-risk community members throughout, not only here in Torrance, but throughout the South Bay. I would like to thank the community for their continued support over the last 5 years. As we prepare to close out our 5-year strategic plan at the end of this year, we are encouraging community members to participate in our next 5 years. We want to hear from you. For more information, please visit our webpage. That'll provide you the dates and times. We really want to hear from you so we can understand and know what type of services you want from the Torrance Fire Department.
The Torrance Area Chamber of Commerce proudly presented this event. Firefighters and community partners gathered at the DoubleTree by Hilton for breakfast, and participants say they were thankful for this special opportunity to say thank you to our local heroes. A number of leaders from our area hospitals, El Camino College, and the Torrance Unified School District gave special presentations as well, diving into their stories of strengthening their partnerships with our fire department during this critical time. El Camino College will celebrate its 75th anniversary with a Diamond Jubilee concert. It takes place at 8 p.m. tomorrow, June 3rd at the Marseille Auditorium. This year's theme is Shining Through the Decades. The concert will feature the ECC Symphony Orchestra, concert choir, the Torrance Civic Chorale, and more. Renowned Grammy-nominated pianist and composer and El Camino alumnus David Benoit will headline the concert and conduct his own composition titled Soul to Soul, East Meets West, A Time for Hope. Leading up to this event, El Camino students participated in workshops and learned from music industry professionals who shared performance techniques and career insights. Concert admission is free, but you must reserve tickets online. Just visit elcamino.edu/75concert. Meanwhile, a Torrance Middle School is gearing up to celebrate diversity tomorrow. Jefferson Middle School will hold its annual Multicultural Day, where students can come to school wearing their special outfits representing different countries. I used to wear a hanbok, or a traditional Korean dress, to my school on similarly themed days. The students will learn about other cultures throughout the day with classroom activities and a visit to a student art gallery. They'll also take part in a talent and fashion show and visit Festival of Nations booths during lunchtime. Every year, Jefferson Middle School has a unique theme for this day, and this year it's Joy to the World. And here's a look at last year's schedule. They spent an entire week celebrating different cultures from around the world. Here's a look at each day and some fun facts they learned about each region. I did not know many of these facts and had a great time learning them a year after our kids did. We hope they have a wonderful time celebrating tomorrow and learn more new things about their classmates and just how big and diverse our world is. Dylanfest is back in Torrance, celebrating the music of Bob Dylan. The 8-hour celebration takes place at the Torrance Cultural Arts Center's Torino Plaza at 3350 Civic Center Drive. The 32nd annual Dylanfest will feature more than 40 musicians performing more than 60 Dylan songs. To learn more and to buy tickets, visit andyandrenee.com/Dylanfest. It's our city's 110th birthday this year, and community members are invited to come out and celebrate. Jared Sidney Torrance was a visionary and established our city in this perfect location back in 1912. And fun fact, while our city's history dates back to 1912, it was actually a privately held city until 1921, when the population was only about 1,800 and the people voted 355 to 11 to incorporate as a city. It became official in May 1921, and we've been growing ever since. You can learn facts like this and more at 11 a.m. on Sunday, June 5th at El Prado Park. The Torrance Historical Society will host the casual meetup, filling people's minds with more fun facts and behind-the-scenes stories about the early days of Torrance. Organizers encourage those planning to join to bring a lawn chair and prepare to have a relaxing day in the heart of our city. They'll also get the opportunity to stand on the lip of the time capsule in the center of Centennial Plaza and shout, "I love Torrance," for as many passerbys to see. For questions and to reserve a spot and a treat from the Torrance Bakery, call the Torrance Historical Society at 310-328-5392. After the gathering, participants are encouraged to stroll downtown and enjoy the Cruisin' for Brews 2 car show, where hundreds of cars will be displayed, including the Lucid Air electric vehicle, which was named Motor Trend 2022 Car of the Year and was manufactured right here in Torrance. Vendors will also be out selling goods along Sartori Avenue between El Prado and Marcelina Avenues. And for those wanting a refreshing way to wrap up the day, the Depot restaurant will host an outdoor beer garden with live music. Summer is right around the corner, and so are Torrance summer day camps. The camps run between June 20th and August 12th. There are several options for children based on age and preferences. There is Fun Camp at Greenwood for those ages 6 to 11, Teen Camp at Greenwood for 12 to 14-year-olds, and Sports Camp for those 8 to 14. Each camp session runs for 2 weeks and is filled with fun activities for participants, including arts, crafts, and field trips. To learn more, visit torranceca.gov/daycamps. And if you're interested in picking up a new hobby or learning a new skill, the city has many classes for residents and non-residents to choose from. To see every option, go to torranceca.gov/class registration. The big road improvement project at Pacific Coast Highway and Hawthorne Boulevard is now in phase 2 of construction. Goals of the project are to widen the intersection, improve traffic circulation, additional lanes, and improve pedestrian amenities. The project will impact traffic, so be aware that through lanes will be reduced from 3 lanes to 2 lanes in all directions, and left turns from both the northbound and southbound Hawthorne Boulevard will be reduced from 2 lanes to 1. To learn more about the project, visit torrancepchhawthorneproject.com. As we head into the weekend, be sure to catch the latest episodes of Weekends in Torrance. On Friday, the U.S. Postal Service letter carriers in Torrance collected thousands of pounds of food to help neighbors in need. And then a couple of Girl Scouts teach their peers about building confidence through jiu-jitsu. And on Sunday, meet the brains behind the funny and sometimes thoughtful messages on the giant Ganal Lumber digital sign along Crenshaw and Del Amo Boulevards. All this and much more beginning at 4 p.m. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday right here on Torrance City Cable. A new study reveals that people with food allergies are less likely to become infected with SARS-CoV-2, the virus that causes COVID-19. The National Institutes of Health funded the research, which also found that obesity and high body mass index were associated with increased risk for SARS-CoV-2 infection. The agency conducted a prior study identifying obesity as a risk factor for severe COVID-19 as well. In contrast, researchers say their new study shows that asthma does not increase the risk for SARS-CoV-2 infection, and children ages 12 and younger are just as likely to become infected with the virus as teenagers and adults. But 75% of infections in children are asymptomatic. The latest research also confirmed that SARS-CoV-2 transmission within households with children is high. These findings were published yesterday in the Journal of Allergy and Clinical Immunology. Dr. Anthony Fauci, who is the director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, a part of NIH, says the findings underscore the importance of vaccinating children and implementing other public health measures to prevent them from becoming infected with SARS-CoV-2. He says taking those measures will better protect both children and vulnerable members of their household from the virus. Dr. Fauci also notes that the observed association between food allergy and the risk of infection with SARS-CoV-2, as well as between body mass index and this risk, merit further investigation. Researchers studied more than 4,000 people in nearly 1,400 households that included at least one person who was 21 years old or younger. The study participants lived in 12 different cities throughout the U.S. between May 2020 and February 2021, before COVID-19 vaccines became widely available and before the widespread emergence of variants of concern. Still ahead, the Queen's Platinum Jubilee kicks off today, and tomorrow you can join in the celebrations at this local pub in Torrance. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
There's just something special about this place. It feels like home, a living room under the sky and trees. I know, right? The fresh air and the vast expanse of green, all here for us to enjoy and to care for. We have a responsibility to look after this earth we call home, to preserve it for generations to come. Every small action contributes to a bigger change, and every one of us can make a difference. The forest feels like home, a place where memories are made. And together, we can preserve and protect it.
At the end of every episode of Torrance Today, we want to leave you with a positive story from our community that fits the theme for the day. Let's make today a Thirsty Thursday. A British-themed pub here in Torrance is hosting the Queen's Platinum Jubilee celebration this weekend. Queen Elizabeth II marks 70 years on the British throne this year, becoming the first monarch in the nation's history to celebrate a Platinum Jubilee. Across the pond in England, thousands of people got together in central London for day one of the festivities, which began with the Queen's birthday parade, known as Trooping of the Colour. The Queen and members of the royal family came out to the Buckingham Palace balcony for a 70 aircraft fly past, and tonight more than 3,000 beacons were lit across the United Kingdom, the Channel Islands, and overseas territories. It's a long-running royal tradition used to mark jubilees, weddings, and coronations. This 4-day event honoring the 96-year-old showcases the best of British pomp and pageantry. Most of us are probably not going to join the crowds in London, but we sure can celebrate here at Yorkshire Square Brewery and Pub. Its president, Gary Croft, is originally from England, and this small business is his dream come true. sharing a bit of his British background with his Torrance neighbors. On Saturday, June 4th, he will throw a street party themed event at Yorkshire, located at 1109 Van Ness Avenue. There will be lots of new food and beers, as well as several beer cocktails. Customers can also enjoy live music, take selfies with the royal family, and play games including a Queen quiz. The festivities begin at 12 noon and will last until midnight. Well, that's our show for today. Let us know if you have a positive story to tell by emailing us at torrancetoday@torranceca.gov. Thank you for joining us. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you back here on Monday with more news from and for our Torrance community. Have a great day.